Hey friend, welcome back to The Gentle Reset, your no judgment zone for creating a home that actually works for you. I'm Allison, ADHD home and systems coach, former occupational therapist, and mom of two, and I'm so glad you're here. If you've ever stood in a messy room thinking, where do I even start? Then this episode is for you. Let's take one simple step together today. Here's your weekly 3, a mind hack, a home hack, and a personal highlight to help your home feel lighter, more functional, and easier to maintain. This episode is part 3 of my ADHD Superpower series, where we're taking the traits that feel the hardest to manage and learning how to turn them into strengths. And when I say superpower, I don't mean ignoring the challenges or pretending ADHD is always easy. A superpower is simply something already wired into you. We're just learning how to support it so it works for you, not against you. And just a quick reminder, I'm not here to diagnose or treat ADHD. My goal is to help you understand your traits differently and create systems that make daily life a little easier. Today we're talking about task paralysis. That stuck feeling when your brain wants to get things done but can't figure out where to start. You'll hear why it happens and a mindset shift to help you get out of the freeze mode. I'll also share one simple home strategy you can try right away to make starting tasks feel easier and less overwhelming. And finally, a client story that shows how letting go of perfection can save time and energy, especially with laundry. And don't forget to hit follow so you don't miss next week's episode, part 4 in the ADHD Superpower series. Let's jump in. Let's talk about task paralysis. If you've ever walked into a messy room, looked around, and just froze, you know the feeling. It's that stuck moment where your brain says, I don't even know where to start. You might end up scrolling your phone, cleaning something random, or doing anything but the task. Your mind is spinning, and it's not that you don't want to do the thing, though sometimes that's part of it. You're just overwhelmed and hitting a wall of decision fatigue. That's task paralysis, when your brain gets so overloaded it freezes before you even start. I hear it all the time. I'll deal with it this weekend. Or I just need a free day to catch up. But that weekend never comes, and the stuff just keeps piling up. And before you know it, there are baskets in the hallway, papers on every counter, and that constant feeling of, oh, I should be doing more. So you close the door, you put things in boxes, you let drawers overflow, and it's not intentional. It's just really hard to start. So you feel stuck. And for ADHD brains, this can look a few different ways. Sometimes it's avoiding the task completely. Sometimes it's zoning out. Or other times keeping busy with easier things just to feel productive. And here's something I think we don't talk about enough. Task paralysis also has strengths. When you finally feel ready to start, you've usually thought through every angle. You notice details others might miss, and that careful planning can help you prevent mistakes or create systems that actually last. The tricky part is when that careful planning turns into overthinking, and that's where you can get stuck. So here's your mindset shift for today. Task paralysis isn't a lack of effort. It's your brain trying to process too much at once. Your brain isn't ignoring the task on purpose. When everything feels important or unclear, it hits pause. It's saying, I don't know where to start, so I won't start at all. It's the thought that counts here. When you give yourself permission to start small, you interrupt that freeze response and create space for action. It's the shift from, I have to do everything, to, I can begin with something. And that's what helps you move from stuck to started. So how do you actually move from stuck to started when everything feels like too much in your home? One of my favorite Unstuck strategies is setting up your supplies ahead of time, or in this case, setting up your environment so it's easier to take action later. For example, with dishes, I've learned that the extra step of putting things straight into the dishwasher doesn't always work for my brain. So instead, when I put dirty dishes in the sink, I sort them by category. Silverware together, hand wash items together, bowls together, etc. And then when I'm ready at the end of the day, everything's already grouped and it takes so much less mental effort to wash or load them. It's one less decision in the moment, and it helps me get started faster later. That's really what this strategy is about, removing tiny obstacles before they have a chance to trip you up. You're not relying on motivation, you're making it easier for your brain to take action when the time comes. So I want to wrap up with a quick client story that really captures what task paralysis can look like in everyday life. One of my clients was struggling with laundry that never seemed to make it out of the baskets. This is a common theme that I see in a lot of my clients, and she told me she'd tried all the organizing hacks when it comes to clothes. Sorting systems, the Marie Kondo folding method, all the things, but nothing stuck. And every time she thought about putting clothes away, it felt really heavy. She'd tell herself, I'll just fold it later when I can do it right. We talked about what wasn't working. She was stuck in perfectionism and in those sneaky thoughts that weren't really serving her. So I asked, what if you just let that go? She's newly married, and we talked about how seasons change. And sometimes how you do things at home has to change too. So I encouraged her to skip the folding altogether for some items. Literally just toss them in a drawer by category so they're put away. And suddenly it felt doable. It could save her so much time and energy. And you're not alone if you felt the same way about laundry. So grab my 5 ADHD-friendly laundry hacks in the show notes. It's full of realistic ideas to help you simplify the laundry process. And remember, progress and function over perfection every time. So if you've been listening and thinking, that's me, I get stuck before I even start, the 7-day ADHD home reset was made for you. Together, we'll take that stuck feeling and turn it into small wins that actually stick. And over 7 days, we'll simplify your home tasks, find your rhythm, and get things moving again, one small step at a time. You'll get the ADHD Reset Guide and direct support from me in your pocket all week, plus an action planning call to set you up for success. I'll be there to help you stay focused, encouraged, and actually follow through. And by the end of the week, you'll have clear direction, more flow in your home, and the confidence to keep it going. Click the link in the show notes to get started. So here's what I want you to take away from today. It's the shift from I have to do everything to I can begin with something. That's what helps you move from stuck to started. Well, that's it for today, friend. If this episode spoke to you, take a quick screenshot and share it in your stories and tag me at Calm Cottage Coaching so I can cheer you on. If you have a second, leaving a quick review helps me reach more ADHD women who need this kind of support at home. Remember, one small shift at a time creates momentum. You're doing better than you think, and I'm so proud of you. See you next week on The Gentle Reset for another weekly 3.